We're moving on to lesson 1.6, and we're talking about quotients. Quotient is a very important word. We know that quotient is the answer to what type of problema? Division. So we know that this is an answer to a division problem. Are y'all good there? Our essential question today is, do you know order of operations? Do you? What do you know about order of operations? PEMDAS. Why is PEMDAS wrong? Somebody raise your hand and tell me why PEMDAS is wrong. Vada.
Adding, subtraction, multiplication, and division go left to right.
Good. So when we talk about PEMDAS, we want to talk about multiplication and division going from left to right. That is a very ugly D. And we want to talk about addition and subtraction going from left to right. Y'all feeling good about that? And do you know your division of real numbers? Real numbers are all the numbers we've talked about. Please make sure you are aware. We're going to start with the definition of division. You're probably thinking, I did this in 4th grade. I don't really need one. But the book wants you to understand that you can split A over B into A times 1 over B. Isn't that cool? Or you could look at A divided by B as A times 1 over B. So what they're telling us is when I divide by 2, I'm really multiplying by what? I'll say it again. When I divide by 2, I'm really multiplying by what? 1/2. So know that if I have x, didn't mean to do that. If I have x, really, come on. If I have x over 2, that is the same thing as multiplying by 1/2. A lot of you guys forget this. All right, so we are going to start with example 1. Now, we just talked about why PEMDAS is wrong. Multiplication and division have to go from left to right. So, where am I going to start? Yeah. Negative 100 divided by 25. And I do prefer if you show your work and you show, hey, guess what? Negative 100 divided by 25 is what? Negative 4. And now I'm dividing by negative 1/2. But am I really dividing by negative 1/2? I'm really doing what? Multiplying by what? 2. So I'm multiplying by the reciprocal. So I would continue to show my work. I'm going to try to squeeze it right under here. Oh, I'm not going to work. Yeah, negative 4, and we are multiplying. We just multiply by the reciprocal. What's the answer here? 8. Get out your TIs. Let's go ahead and try to put this in our TI 84. Moving on. Example 2. Negative 35. Do not use your calculator. Okay, this one will trick you because in your gut of guts, if it says negative 35 divided by negative 7 times negative 5, what do y'all want to do first? Multiply, divide. Okay, so what do we have to do first? Divide. We do have to go from left to right. So notice, even though there are parentheses here, we want to divide first. Negative 35 divided by negative 7, because those parentheses are just indicating multiplication. And remember, we multiply and divide from left to right. What's negative 35 divided by 7? 5. And now we're multiplying by negative 5. What's the answer? Negative 25. Put it in your calculator just like you see it. And see if your calculator agrees. All right, so remember, for grouping, for problems with a vinculum, a fraction line, we are going to solve the top first, and then we are going to solve the bottom. We're going to solve the top first, and then we are going to solve the bottom. So, where would you guys begin? 2 minus 15 is what? Ooh, do we know negative 13? Negative, hey, we did that one yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Negative 91 plus 1. I'm squeezing it. Notice I just solved everything on the top. It just made my life easier. You can take it step by step, but you don't have to. Where would you start in the bottom? Where would you start in the denominator, guys?
Negative 6 squared.
Negative 6 squared, which is what? Negative 36 divided by 2 is what? Negative 18. So the final fraction that it's asking you is negative 90 divided by negative 18. If I have a negative divided by a negative, is it going to be negative or positive?
Positive.
What is 90 divided by, without your calculator, do you know? Lucas says 5.
It's 5.
You say 4.
It's 5.
It's 5. Okay. Okay, so remember, we have this trinomial, and we are dividing a trinomial by a monomial. A trinomial means it has how many terms?
3.
A monomial means it has how many terms? Now, I would prefer if you take this trinomial and actually divide it 3 times. So it's saying take negative 10z to the 4th over negative 2, and then add it 8z squared over negative 2, and then subtract 2 over negative 2. Now, some of you are okay with just saying, hey, this negative 2 goes into here, and into here. So that's okay if you do that. But to visually see it, remember we're putting that negative 2 under everything, every single number. It is negative 10z to the 4th over negative 2 is 5z to the 4th. Are we good? What is 8z squared divided by negative 2?
Negative 4z squared.
And what is negative 2 divided by negative 2? Biggest mistake, you guys forget this plus 1 at the end. A lot of you guys just cancel it out and think it's a 0, but remember that is a 1. Star that circle, highlight it, you will see that again. All right, moving on, we are evaluating, and this time they're telling us instead of putting in the variable k, we're putting in what number? Negative 1/2. And remember, anytime we replace a variable with a number, what do? Parentheses. You guys are awesome. You guys are on fire today. So I'm going to show my fraction bar, also known as a vinculum. And notice I'm just putting in parentheses. And it looks like we get to add and subtract fractions on the bottom. I'm sure you guys love that, right? All right, so on the top, did you have 8 minus, what happens when I have a negative 1/2 to the 3rd power? That's going to be what? Negative 1 over 8. So what happens with that double negative? It's going to be positive. We do have to add fractions here. And on the bottom, I just have negative 1/2 minus 2. Hey, what's the common denominator between 8 and 1/8? 8. So it's going to be what over 8? This will turn into what? 8 is equal to what over 8? 16, right? Oh, 64. Hey, you guys were right. 64. How's that? Good? All right. What is the common denominator between 1/2 and 2? 2. So what is it going to be? 2 will turn into what over 2? 4 over 2. Let's keep going. What's 64 plus 1? 65 over 8. What is negative 1/2 minus 4 over 2? Negative 5 over 2. Is this my answer right here, guys? No. When I have a fraction and I'm dividing by a fraction, what do I have to do? Multiply by the reciprocal. So I have 65 over 8 times 2 over negative 5. So let's reduce where we could reduce. 2 and 8 can reduce to be 4. How many times does negative 5 go into 65?
13.
Good. So my answer looks like it's negative 13 over 4. All right, let's try to put that in our calculator. We are moving on to another little property. This is not a property you need to know, but you need to understand how it works. For all real numbers, A and B, and non-zero real numbers, C, A plus B over C is equal to AC plus B over C, and A minus B over C is equal to A over C minus B over C. So this is just like saying what we just did, okay? Let's look at a quick little example. Do not write this down. If I have 2x minus 4, that is totally not a 2. 12x minus 4 all over 4. What is this saying? This property is telling me
12x is over 4 minus 4. Negative 4.
good. So it's telling us to split it up. Some of you are totally cool with just saying, hey, this goes into this and this goes into this. When I simplify, what is 12x over 4, guys?
3.
And what is 4 over 4? And my reason to show you that again is a lot of times you guys forget this 1. Don't forget the 1. It does not cancel out. All right, let's go ahead and try this one. We're almost there. I'm almost done. Everyone should be writing. This is telling us to take negative 3 and put it under 51 and then put it over under 12x. All right, so we split this up. I just showed my work right here for you guys. 51 divided by negative 3? Negative 17. And notice this negative and this negative will become a positive 12x squared over 3? 4x squared. How'd you do?